Before we actually jump right into the CNC programming language and how we program a machine, I want to make a point about documentation. One of the most important things you can do when you're creating programs is, or even just running the machine, is document what you do. Because a lot of times, if you might struggle, you try something, it works the first time, doesn't work the second time, or you have trouble figuring out how to make the part come out exactly the way you want. You've had that happen, right? Well, when that happens, you don't want to relive that experience over and over again, do you? So the thing you want to do is, when you find that solution, you find what works, or even if you find what doesn't work, you want to take some time and create some documentation. It might say, okay, for this part, we're going to set it up this way, we're going to use this tool, we're going to put it at this particular location, right? Or we might say, when we get to line 257, we're going to slow the machine down because we know if we don't, the tool's going to cut too aggressively and it's going to snap off, or the plastic might not, or the plastic or metal, whatever type of 3D printer you have, may not deposit properly. Those are all things that, if you document them, you don't have to go through that experience more than once. And you keep a little notebook and you keep notes with the program, so whenever you go to run that program, you've got the information you need. And ideally, in a perfect world, you can take that information back to the programmer or back into your office, if you happen to be the programmer, and make those corrections so you don't have to do it again. But a lot of times we get too busy. We've got stuff coming in, people interrupting us, whatever. And if we don't keep that documentation, it's easy to lose the secrets that make that program work in the first place. You go to run it a year later, and what happens? You hit the button thinking everything's okay, you walk away for a minute or something, and you've seen it happen, right? The tool breaks and you have to start all over again. So keep good notes, both when you're running the machine and when you're programming the machine or studying the blueprint to make your part, or however you're doing that. Just keep good notes. You'll save yourself a lot of time, and if you're doing it for a company, you're going to save them a lot of time and money too. So I just wanted to mention that real briefly before we get into the actual programming material.